remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm all in now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who brought my heart can remember. Told me to leave her alone. God, I don't know if I can remember. God, I don't know if I can remember. my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Hoping my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Music Monday on this Monday, man. Y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, you know my name is Jeremy Jones. What I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we have Music Monday, which is today, which, to be honest, man, I was anticipating on actually doing this joint even earlier once I heard the news kind of broke out of what we're covering tonight, but I decided to keep it at Music Monday on Mondays because, to be honest, I had the feeling that more and more information was going to come out about this story because when it first broke, I want to say it was like, April 1st, really? But I want to say by April 3rd, we have a lot of information. But, you know, today is the 6th. Salutes to the homie Dunks. Happy birthday for Dunks. You know what I'm saying? I already talked to him offline. You know what I'm saying? Salutes to Dunks. Hopefully he's had a good one for sure. The homie who used to do lives with me, my best friend, of course. You guys know him. But tonight's topic, man, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I wanted to make sure I start this joint on time because I do want to cover the Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane situation because, and let me clarify this, right? I've been hearing it's Gucci Mane, the Gucci Mane, it's Gucci Mane, right? Okay, again, I grew up listening to Gucci Mane. In fact, I remember when he first actually came out, it was a song where I never forget it. I was working my first ever job I ever worked, right, while I was in high school. Everybody was going crazy over the Jeezy and Gucci Mane, right? Gucci Mane. But we said, you know what I'm saying, like Gucci Mane, right? We just said Gucci Mane. But it's Gucci Mane if we're gonna get proper with it. But a lot of people say Gucci Mane, Gucci Mane, Gucci Mane. It's Gucci Mane. It's Gucci Mane. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, that's been bothering me the whole entire time. I'm like, who's really been listening to these guys? Is like musics, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. But anyway, I never get it. It was the So Icy joint, right? Okay, it was like Jeezy and his song, right? If I'm not mistaken, and him and Jeezy actually had beef. But if you know the history behind Gucci Mane, right? Basically, he used to be that guy that was known to be about that. But from what I got from it, he did a lot of, like, you know, he did a lot of substance abuse, allegedly. And I want to throw this out there, too. Whole lie from beginning to end, no matter what I say, no matter what I read, alleged. I don't know nothing. I was not there. I'm just going off what has been made public to us, right? That everybody already heard about. I'm reacting to it. But again, I'm making no assumptions. I'm not saying nobody's guilty. I'm not saying nobody's not guilty, right? Okay, I don't know. I wasn't there. But based off my best educated guess, right, I think there's a lot of, like, it seemed like this case at first seemed like really just cut and dry. Like, man, you know what? It's not looking good. But to be honest, I think that Pooh Shiesty and the crew was a lot smarter than what we give them credit for. And I'm going to break that down here tonight. That's why I want to do the timeline of this joint right here. I think I got everything in order. And that's why I want to make sure I start in time. But before I even get started, I want to make sure I start doing an update on my boy Diddy real quick. You know what I'm saying? Looks like he's got a new attorney on the team. So I want to make sure I'm covering that. But at the same time, you know, I know majority of this is going to go to the Pooh Shiesty joint, but I still want to just make sure I separated the two real quick. Just give an update on Diddy. Looks like he's added a new attorney to the team and looks like he's still trying to do an appeal, right? And no disrespect, Diddy, like, dog, my thing is this, like, I know he didn't get the book thrown at him because he didn't, like, he got the main important ones that could have got him a lot of time. He beat those, but I get it. Probably to somebody like Diddy, any minute or second of your freedom taken away from your family, or just your freedom in general is taken away, is the moment he's ready to get back home. So he's probably doing whatever it takes, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, dog, I gotta give it to him. He's a guy that, if we don't learn anything from him, he just don't give up that easily. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell his bag is slightly different. Now, if the stream is lagging a little bit, I think it's going to be okay. I think it's still showing me good and connected right here. But yeah, I can see like a slight little delay, but we should be good. I think we should be good. I'm doing a little practice with the reaction real quick. But yeah, hopefully, guys, the audio is most important thing here with this one. Let me touch the chat real quick, see what got in the building. We got Thomas Goldring Jr. in the building. Says, this story is crazier over a darn contract. Hey, look, man. This is nothing new, right? This is something that's been happening since the beginning of time, since people have been getting record deals. I get what you're saying, Thomas Goldring Jr. I get it. I would not want to, like, me, right? Everybody say he could have handled it, and even me, right? And I talked this over with the guys in the Goodfellas. He could have Pooh Shiesty could have took a completely different route. But at the same time, I will say this, right? I get it. You need to read what you sign, but a lot of people, majority of the people who sign these music contracts or just contracts in general, right? We can put this on the table. Even if he would have read all of that, you know what I'm saying? What if he can't comprehend it? And everybody say, well, get an attorney. Dog, if you ever had an attorney ever in life, right? As a person, I've had 6, right? I had 6, right? And I don't want to never have to ever get one ever again. And let me tell you why, right? Okay? These attorneys, I'm going to put it this way. And I'm going to say it nicely. I don't want to take no shots at none of the attorneys that represent me. I don't know who watching, who what, right? But I will say this, right? All my cases, I feel like I was, you know, I'm innocent. I have done nothing wrong. But sure spending a lot of money, right? A lot of freaking money. And I'm going to say this too to Pooh Shiesty, right? Because from what I got from it already, going, just keeping up with this joint. Keep in mind, dog, since this stuff broke, I've been kind of just literally keeping an ear to what's being posted already. So that's why a lot of this, to be honest, I'm going to read through some of it, but I really don't got to read it because I already kind of read it. I watched several videos and reactions already, but reality is what I've learned is, man, he's hired one of the best attorneys money can buy, right? And I don't even want to think of what he's most likely spending on attorney fees, dog. If I'm going to keep it real, he's probably spending a very big bag on attorney fees, and that just come with the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people is probably going to say that, and I think this, even me, right? I thought I had good attorneys, and they were expensive, but there's even more expensive ones. The best attorneys, you probably get recommended. You can Google them, but they don't necessarily just take on new clients. You got to get, hey, I need this, that, and a third. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at like Drew Finland, like, I can Google him all day long, but I mean, Drew Finland bag is kind of different. You know what I'm saying? I don't put it right there. That's just an example. I'm not saying that's who Pooh got. You know what I'm saying? Devon says, what's good? What up, Devon? What up, Devon Photos? Let's see. Man with the Kicks in the building says, Europe. He says, happy birthday to Dunks. Most definitely, man. Happy birthday to the homie Dunks, man. I want everybody to know, you know, just for the people like, Dunks just, you know, honestly, we just cool. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no beef, no nothing that's third. And I'm not saying that's his case or anything like that. Doing this YouTube stuff, it is a lot of work. He's a family man, and I respect it. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? Forever, for life. I love him. Always. Let's see. Devon says, happy birthday to Dunks. 100 salutes. He says, 10 to 20K at best he's spending. Hey, Devon, that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just to get the guy hired, right? Okay. A lot of attorneys work off what we call a retainer fee. Some of them will do a flat fee. If he's lucky, to be honest, I would rather just go ahead and take the flat fee joint, right? Okay, but some tells me this isn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure, if you're right, Devon, I'm going to say 10 to 20K to get him to say, I'm going to represent you. That's just starting. He's already went to one court hearing already, right? Okay, I guarantee you before the year out, right? If he's lucky, it gets settled this year. But the longer it takes, the more money it's going to take, right? Okay, so I'm going to throw that out there. 10 to 20K, I'm going to put it this way, dog. If 10 to 20K is what he's spending at best, I know him or anybody who's looking to get him out of his contract and sign him over for that, they would, hey, no problem. I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this, 20K to probably get the guy hired, and then he's looking at that every single time. He's probably got to go to court and or do any fucking work for you, right? Okay, like, to be honest, dog, I'm going to say this, I'll speak for myself, right? Easily. What I thought was, quote unquote, I didn't have the top dog lawyers. I had the best that, like, I could find off doing research, and that was what I was spending, right? That's, to be honest, dog, no disrespect, that's the price for the average Joe Schmo lawyer, right? I'm gonna be honest. That's why I tell people, like, I don't do that. People are like, why you don't go outside? We don't do XYZ no more. Like, dog, I'm still recovering from. I had 6 different attorneys in my situation. They were all separate. Well, some of them, but some of them kind of blended together. But anyway, I'm gonna say this. I'm still recovering financially. Like, am I cool? I'm good. Am my bills paid? Sure. Did those guys get paid? The people that represented me? Yes. But at the same time, like, I'm telling you, when I'm talking about, dog, I couldn't even really, I wasn't even able to do anything because I'm like, dog, every time I turn around, anytime they contact me, they would be like, all right, cool, this is the next move, and I need XYZ, right? Basically refill the retainer fee. They didn't ask for this type of money all up front from me because I didn't have it. But I mean, okay, every time you turn around, okay, cool, we need X amount of dollars here, X amount of dollars there. By the end of the year, you're going to be spending that on an average lawyer. So I'm assuming he's probably spending a lot more than that, respectively. You know what I'm saying? That's a nice price, Divine, respectively. He says, we can break down for sure. For sure, that's just a nice start. Let's see, Mentor the Kick says Divine 100. But let me share my screen. We're going to start it on the Diddy case, and then I'm going to go right into the Pooh Shiesty joint. I'm going to give this Diddy case probably like 5 to 10 minutes, and the rest of it is going to be all on Mr. Shiesty, right? Okay. I'm going to give you some things that I feel like that's going to work in Pooh Shiesty's favor, and some things that pretty much are probably, you know, I'm going to put it this way, right? Short and sweet real quick. I don't think Mr. Shiesty is going to get the book thrown at him because, you know, if convicted on the stuff that they got, that could be up from what I'm getting is life in prison, allegedly, right? But I highly doubt it gets life because, I mean, to be honest, if the story that we're hearing is true, it could have been a lot worse, right? Okay. But they are going to let him know, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, this is where the attorney comes into play, where it's like, all right, cool. Because to be honest, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. His attorney's probably going to aim at like, hey, let's get some technicality shit thrown out. And then we're going to get some shit that we, you know, you're going to have to take maybe a deal on. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, his last case, he took a deal on. If I had to guess, and I'm going to sum this up again at the end of the live, I'm going to assuming like that he's probably not coming home. I'll say this, at best, if they don't get anything to stick off of what we're hearing, again, this is all like hearsay. A lot of this is hearsay. We seen the camera footages and stuff and the images of what they got. I'll tell you what they don't have, right? We haven't seen any video or images of him actually possessing a firearm or pointing it at him, right? Okay, this is hearsay, meaning people have testified. Well, people haven't testified yet, but people have made statements. You got to go to court and testify. But again, it's kind of one of those, like, let's just throw a quick example real quick, right? Let's just say this, right? You and another person get involved, right? There's no witnesses. Let me put it this way, like, let's say you and your team get into it with another group of guys. Things go down. You got cameras of you guys where you met up, but where things went down, there's no proof. At that point, it's your word versus theirs, right? Of course, I'm gonna say you did it. No, I'm gonna say you did it. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there that's a tough decision. You know what I'm saying? At that point, it's a matter of who can bring the best evidence and tell the best story. We can throw YNW Melly in this situation. While he hasn't came home and he's been locked down for a very long time in jail, not prison, because there's a difference, right? Think about this. They keep pushing this stuff back because, to be honest, man, I don't think they have hard evidence, but they can't make it line up, right? You got to make your points line up. Okay, cool. We saw Melly in video and his homies got in the car. They went for a ride, and after that, nobody knows anything that happened other than after the fact that, hey, the car got shot up and we don't know who the fuck did it. YNW, like, what is it? YNW Sack Chaser and then YNW Melly, neither one of them said, hey, they sticking to the story. Now, YNW Sack Chaser, he's already took a plea deal, but he didn't confess to anything, you know what I'm saying? And to the best of my knowledge, he will not have to testify against Melly. You know what I'm saying? So by the time Melly probably goes to trial, YNW Sack Chaser probably should be coming home. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just leave right there. But let me share my screen. We're going to talk to Diddy's story, and then we'll go right into Mr. Shiesty, because as you guys can see, I'm super excited about this joint right here, man. So let me share my screen right here. Give me like 2 seconds, and bye, y'all. Y'all guys should be seeing my screen right here in Music Monday. We're doing an update on Diddy first, and then we're going to go right into Mr. Shiesty. Let's see. It says Diddy adds attorney Nicole Westmoreland to his appeal team. The disgraced music mogul is currently fighting for an early prison release. This is my thing, Diddy. Good behavior. He's already looking at 2027 coming home, because it was 2028, but he could be coming home 2027. Granted, if you think about it, we're just now in the 4th month of 2024. So, I mean, I get it. He's trying to come home. You know what I'm saying? He got things waiting on him. He got things to do. I respect it. Again, I think Diddy's situation, what he was found guilty on, I think was BS. It's like, dog, no disrespect. Everybody that took the stand that, you know, was involved, they were saying like, yo, we wanted to be there. We knew what was going on. And I mean, whether they were doing whatever they were doing physically behind the scenes, it's like, this is my thing. If you in a relationship, you and your girl in a relationship, but y'all got an open relationship and y'all have other partners involved, I mean, that's kind of between y'all. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Diddy. I mean, to be honest, it could easily be some dumbed down as like, yeah, I took the people to lunch and then, we took some type of, XYZ and, we do what we do. I got them out the room, this and the third. Now, I'm not going to sit back and watch my girl get knocked down, but I mean, to each his own, right? Respectively, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But it says Nicole Westmoreland, who was on the defense team for Diddy during his 2025 trial, has joined his appeal team as the music executive. It fights to have an early prison release. And documents obtained by Complex, Westmoreland signed off on being an additional counsel along with Alexandro Shapiro as part of the Shapiro's back LLP on March 18th. Diddy, real name Sean Combs, is currently serving a 4-year sentence at New Jersey institution Fort Dix. Pause. After being found guilty of violating 2 counts of the Mann Act last July, which is BS, because to be honest, dog, they could have easily just let him off on probation and let him do a lot. You know what I'm saying? He could have easily did that. You know what I'm saying? Where we have a quick manicure says, no Adam 22 over here, Polo. Yeah, that's my thing, dog. No disrespect, dog. I know his girl is supposed to be like a porno star, but like, dog, I'm sorry, dog. I mean, one, I ain't thinking I'm finna fall in love with no porno star, but even if I do, I'm gonna be like, yo, it's time. Hey, man, I get that's how you making money, but I mean, I ain't, nah, I'm good, bro. This is my thing, dog, respectively, even if it's just acting and all that, but it's like, dog, I think at one point, they still get, I think it's still the real deal Holyfield. They just got to do different scenes, and I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't watched none of that stuff since I was like 15 years old, right? Okay, and I'm like, I'm good. But anyway, it says, just months before the verdict was delivered, Westmoreland was added to Diddy's legal team in May 2025. The lawyer was previously involved in the YSL trial and co-represented Cortavius Nicholas. Months before Diddy's sentencing, Westmoreland confirmed to CNN that the rapper and producer legal team had contacted President Donald Trump for a pardon. Around the same time, Trump seemed resistant to pardon the music mogul, considering his past stance against Trump's political endeavors. In March, it was revealed that the 56-year-old Bad Boy Entertainment founder was scheduled to have an early release date being pushed to June 24, 2028 to April 2025, 28. So again, he's already had pushed into begin. Good behavior. He stay out of trouble, keep a low profile. To be honest, he could come out late 2027. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? He ready to come home. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, that's actually not bad. 2028, that's a couple years. But again, if you've been behind bars every day, it's boring as hell probably in there. He don't done everything he need to do. You know what I'm saying? In a statement to Complex, the Bureau of Prisons did not provide an insight into the date change. Sharing the information would not be disclosed for privacy, safety, and security reasons. It says, meanwhile, celebrities like Young Miami, which that was apparently was his boo, allegedly, and Usher have voiced their support for the entertainer in recent weeks. It says, in an interview with Forbes last month, Usher claimed that Diddy had been misrepresented and instead chooses to see him as a legacy. I still see him as the same thing, dog, respectively. To be honest, what the guy did in his bedroom, if everybody were cooperative and wanted to be there, I mean, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, he's probably gonna fly. It's no different, dog. This is my thing. You ever name one guy that's been in a relationship that hasn't spent no money on a chick, right? And or vice versa, right? You gonna spend some money on your significant other. Y'all gonna go and travel. Y'all gonna do XYZ. You're not, and let me clarify this. And if you haven't, you're not gonna keep her. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Let me put it this way. Like, you can keep her, and then think about this. Even if you keep her, she's still gonna mess around. I've had, literally, this has happened to me, right? I've had it where chicks go ahead and move on with their life, XYZ, and then still be moving. I'm like, dog, come on, man. So I'm saying, like, this is nothing new. This is just a regular day in the office, is if I look at it. But let's go ahead and transition on right at the 30-minute mark where I want to be with with Mr. Pooh Shiesty, right? Okay. Again, this right here, this story gets wilder and wilder the more and more I just read it. Now, again, I'm going to say out on a limb right here, I think he's got a fighting chance of he's not coming home soon, but I don't think this will stick to him, right? But it all started, I want to say this is what, April 1st, right? FBI executives are, accuses the search warrant or executes a search warrant at the home linked to Pooh Shiesty. It says federal agencies carried out a court-authorized search at the Cordova home tied to the rapper's family with few details released. Again, I want to say this too, to the best of my knowledge. During that search warrant, they searched his father's house to the best of my knowledge. Now, from what I got, right, this is my thing, right? I think that they didn't find any hard evidence. I see you, Devon says, you can bring us up. I'll open up the Discord in like a quick second. Let me get through this part, but I'll open up the Discord real quick. I'll put myself back on the main screen because I got to set it up. But it says federal agents were seen as the residents linked to the family of Pooh Shiesty early Wednesday morning as a part of the ongoing investigation. It says the FBI confirmed that the agents were carrying out court-approved search and arrest warrants at the property, according to the Fox 13 Memphis, right? Authorities did not provide additional details about the nature of the investigation or who was being targeted. It says local media crews arrived to the scene around 6 a.m. where agents were observed entering and exiting the home of the course of the operation. At the time, officials have not said whether Pooh Shiesty himself is connected to the warrant or if others individuals in the focus of the investigation. So this is kind of a timeline real quick. This is kind of one of those things that kind of we know allegedly he may be now. It says property records reviewed the local outlets showed that the residence is, and ironically, right, we got his sneaker shopping up on here. And I want to say this too. This has kind of helped his career. I would think since since April 1st, and we've been knocking on this joint, knocking on a week right now, his music views have went up. You know what I'm saying? His music now hits even harder, in my opinion, which I know what people say, that's a win for Gucci Mane, but I'm like, temporarily, right? Okay, because to be honest, his numbers probably not going where they want them to be, and they're like, all right, cool, well, we focusing on Shiesty now, and to be honest, if anything, it just shows he, quote-unquote, allegedly lived his raps. You know what I'm saying? It says property records reviewed by the local outlet shows that the resident is linked under the name Luntrell Williams, a name shared by both Pooh Shiesty and his father, linking the address directly to the rapper's family. So again, he's a junior, right? It says additional reports indicate that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation was also present alongside the federal agents during the search. No arrests have been made, confirmed, nor charges have been announced, but we did see that right there. It says the FBI has not released further information and situation remains developing. So Pooh Shiesty was released on federal custody in October of 2025. So if you think about it, homie got out in October 2025 and he's already right back by April, right? Again, I can't make this part up. And again, I've had family members in situations that, not on this level, but you know, they get in trouble, same scenario. You know what I'm saying? But let me see if I can build a Discord up real quick. I want to make sure that I can get you guys up on here and build this real quick. So let me see if I can set it up real quick and get you guys up on the stream real quick. I want to get you guys to start right here. So give me 1 second. I'll put myself back on the main screen. What I'm going to do is open up the Discord and see if I can build it real quick. I meant to build it earlier, but nobody had responded until now. But I'm going to see if I can build it, get you guys up on the stage real quick. Y'all bear with the kid real quick. Slight little delay. Y'all got to bear with me. Haven't done one of these in a minute, but I feel like this was a good one to bring you guys up on here real quick. But I feel like we should be good. I think I remember how to do it a little bit, so y'all bear with the quid. Let's see. Boom. Start a stage. Hold the music right here. Notify everybody. Boom. Let me see if I can get up in here. Give me like 2 seconds. That whole music be killing me. I got this joint up on here. Got this joint. Should be the mic. Let me make sure it's the right mic. It should get y'all up in here. Send y'all a notification on this joint. Let me see real quick. Output is boom. Stereo mic is the input. We should be good to get you guys up on the stage. So once you guys come up in here, I'll see if I can add you guys up into the room. And then it should be good, but it should have that voice connected if you guys want to hop up in here. And then we'll have to probably play with the settings a little bit. but then we'll go from there. So it should open it up if you guys want to join me up on the stage. Let's see. Didn't ask. Close that. Cool. So yeah, I'll pay attention to that, and then we should be good. But I'll go back to sharing my screen and kind of pay attention a little bit, and then once you guys get up in there, we'll see what's up. You know what I'm saying? So I got this. This is my screen right here, sharing the screen. So once I see you guys come up in here, I'll put you guys up on the main screen, and then we'll keep the party going. But I'll pay a little close attention. But let's go on to the next part of this real quick. But it says, Pooh Shiesty arrested and accused of connection with alleged robbery of targeting Gucci Mane, right? Okay. Again, Gucci Mane is that guy that's been known for it's supposed to be about that life, right? Okay. And again, I'm not saying he is, and I see you, Divine, coming up in here. Let me see if I can get you up on here, add you up on here, invite to speak, and then we'll see how it is. Because sometimes the audio be tripping, so I may have to come in and out. So I add you up on there, and then once I see you up on there, I'll see if I can do like the actual like shared screen real quick. I see you, Manny with the Kicks, coming up in here as well. Let me see, invite to speak. Boom. Let's see, boom, 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 boom. Paying attention, put you guys up in there. And then if you guys come up in there, we got to test the audio. So as you coming in, let me know if you can hear me real quick. Cool, cool.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Cool. Loud and clear?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, cool.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Manny, what's good? What's good, bro?
What's poppin', my guys?
What's good? What's good? Okay, cool. Perfect. Actually, it was smooth. Normally, it's never that smooth, but it's kind of I notice when I build it early and kind of what you guys enjoy, it never runs smoothly. But when I put it on the spot, it just works. But hey, it is what it is, man. What's Gucci, guys? What's Gucci? We talking this Pooh Shiesty, man. Do you guys think he's cooked or not? Right?
Well, as it's looking like no evidence at the moment. But if they find something, it might be done.
I personally think he's not cooked yet. Because to be honest, I think this, right? From what I've been reading on this and covering this, believe it or not, they don't have any hard evidence on him other than like, they know he was there in the anchoring monitoring situation. That was not smart. That's the part where they know he was there. His homies was there because a rumor is another guy had an ankle monitor on as well. However, nobody knows what happened once they technically got inside that studio besides the people that were there. So it's hearsay. It's kind of one of those like a person accusing you of something, but they don't have anything. Now, I know what you're saying. Like the one guy who said he was choked out, this and the third. Most likely those guys aren't going to speak in or going to deny it. You know what I mean? So it's one of those, I don't know. I'm going to say this. The best he can hope for is just on his current time, it gets extended a little bit and he's got to do a little bit more time. But I don't see him getting the book thrown at him personally. That's just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And I'm no attorney.
Yeah, I could see him getting like a violation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can see him getting 5 years. At best, probably 5 or 10 years.
I'm going to say this, Devon. I'm going to say that's going to be hard to give him 5 or 10 years, mainly because it's like, all right, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say they're going to get him, he may have to do an additional year with a quote unquote good attorney and let me clarify this, a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? That can throw him out on some technicalities because all the video evidence that I've seen and the images I've seen is them guys came in with some duffel bags, but we don't know what was necessarily in the duffel bags. And we seen them, look, there was 2 different exits on there. Him, Shiesty, and his crew exit out one way. Allegedly, he made Gucci and that team exit out the opposite way. There's an east and a west way entrance. Apparently, one of them went out that one crew went out the east, when I went out the west. That's it. But again, and as far as that, everybody keeps saying Gucci security guard was there. Keep in mind, this is where I feel like they dropped the ball at, in my opinion, right? This is where I feel like they dropped the ball. Your security supposed to be by your side every single time. But he was there, but he wasn't inside the room of what actually went down. And then apparently they did kick the door in. But at that point, I assume everything had already went down. You know what I'm saying? But inside the studio, I don't think they got the cameras. Because keep in mind, allegedly, Pooh and Big 30 had him inside the booth. Pause. You know what I'm saying? held at gunpoint allegedly. You know what I'm saying? And keep in mind this too. This is where they dropped the ball too. They did floss the jury allegedly on social media. However, they have not recovered any of the stolen items to the best of my knowledge. So again, how can they confirm that's theirs? And then to say like they, you know what I'm saying? You got to also, the thing is, I feel like there's a lot of holes that's missing in between the story that may work for Pooh Shiesty and his crew's favor, right? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, Polo, I don't think so, because the fact that he violated his parole with the ankle monitor, no, they're gonna get him, even they have no evidence.
Yeah, they're gonna get him for that.
You know, they have no evidence.
Right. But to be honest, that's probably already anticipated. He's already good for that. You know what I'm saying? Do that. Spend a little bit of money, put some money in the courts. You know what I'm saying? He's looking for maybe, like I said, that's why I said that one's gonna be, honestly, if that's all he has to fight, that's the best he can hope for. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, that means basically going back for what you already pled guilty for. You know what I'm saying? What he's looking for, in my opinion, is not to get any additional new shit on the top. Because if the new stuff sticks, then yeah, he's probably gonna be sitting down a long time. He's looking not to get the new stick to shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would think. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want the new stuff to stick. The old stuff, I feel like he doesn't really, if I had to guess, clearly he don't care or he wouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? Or allegedly, you know what I'm saying? That's just my thought on it.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but even because even with that, he was under supervisor release. So basically, the court can say, why did you go there to go meet somebody and use on a supervised release? And that's when they'll say, you know what, even though we don't have the evidence, we still can get you for 5 years at best.
Yeah, because
you should not have been there, because you, your father, and the fact that and what the crew did to those other people with the evidence of like cuts, bruises, and stolen merchandise. That's what's gonna get them.
Let me clarify this, right? Keep in mind they haven't recovered these stolen items, right? Remember they did the search warrant.
They haven't recovered it.
They haven't recovered it.
They probably sold the items already. They probably sold it already.
Again, it's not what you've heard, right? It's what you can prove. So if they already sold it and they can't prove it was them, if he's got the top lawyer like we say that's not gonna stick. 2, right? What are you doing there in the first place? Easy answer for you, right? I'm a music artist. We're in a music studio. I went to go make music. I'm working because that's what I got to prove.
No, I get that. No, but I get that. But they can get him on like social media, because when he was on that streamers live and the PO called him, he lied straightforward. They can use that against him. They can say, you weren't supposed to be outside. You weren't supposed to go nowhere else.
I'm assuming that's totally 2 different days. That's going to stick a little bit, but they're going to look like, when was that recorded? When was that dropped? That's going to be on look, okay, cool. But at the same time, if that was the case, they should have got him back then. You know what I'm saying? They could have made it stick back then. So I'm assuming that it'll stick a little bit, but I don't think it's going to carry a lot. If anything, that's why I say his current situation is going to get extended a little bit. I don't think, like I said, he's not looking for the new shit. The new shit, as long as this new stuff that's floating around don't stick, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, these guys, to be honest, now that I look at it, it wasn't, I'm going to say this, right? Was it the most smartest move? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly not really thought out. But they did think enough where a what if. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, from what I was reading in the documents, one of the guys, they could have went on and just took him on out, and he actually called that off. That may work in his favor, too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But also too, like if you're coming with 9 people, at least if you're a Pooh Shiesty, you should have told those people, do not rob those people. That's it, but do not rob those people. Otherwise, you're gonna put him, like a Pooh Shiesty, in a position to fail. And the fact that the crew did that most likely probably cost them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's gonna waste some chips and probably end up on probation.
I'll say this. Extended probation, you know what I'm saying? Because he's already on probation, so I think he's gonna get, at best, he could hope for.
Yeah, they don't get enough.
Yeah, I think at best he can hope for is a probation violation and maybe a year to 2 years tops, you know, and come back out again. Let's try this again and don't do it again. But to me, to be honest, dog, honestly, I mean, I don't know him personally, but I want knowing this guy, like from what it seems like, hell, he could catch a break and go back and do the same exact. Like, because to be honest, if anything, I would at least, and I was telling you guys, I'm not. I understand why and or what his intentions was, right? But I at least would have waited till the ankle monitor was cut. Because think about it, ankle monitor technically I think was coming off April 1st. So like, dog, you could have. I mean, I would have held it down to. I mean, you could have held it down to then. I feel like, you know what I'm saying. But I guess he didn't want to miss any clear opportunities.
But I know I agree. I agree with that, but with that aspect of it. But it's like if you're gonna conduct business, an attorney should have been with you at that moment. And the fact that I think that was not smart on his part not to bring the attorney with them, because the fact that you come with a crew and not the attorney, I mean you're mixing street business with business, and that's not gonna work in your favor. Because and the fact that the court can always say you made him sign under duress.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna stick. We know that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's not gonna stick. Like doing a document like that, that's not gonna stick at all. You know what I'm saying? Respectively, and I think they kind of anticipated that. It's like, dog, you know damn well that's not gonna really work out in your favor if you and this is anything in general. Like say like. And we can throw that, like one of the most common things that people don't want to sign that we talked about is like people who get like go through marriage and they be like, all right, cool, I need you to sign a prenup. We've seen it where, and this kind of happened to, I believe this was kind of one of those how Dr. Dre's wife won her side of the story where she felt like she was forced to sign the document, and you know he's ended up having he got her, he good, but you know what I'm saying, like. If you feel like the person feel like they're under distress, then it's like, all right, cool. That kind of makes the contract like none void. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing too. Is like, even if Gucci would have signed it willingly and saying I'll let you go, I would assume an attorney and a judge still has to sign off on it. As a person who's had to do a similar situation, and I didn't do it like this. I mean, I really went through the attorneys, and it still had to be signed off by a judge. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to go to court for it, but you still gotta get it signed off by a judge and attorneys. Not free, by the way.
And also too, Polo. And this is what I heard one content creator says. Right. Usually, when you go into them studios, there's a sign-in sheet. So basically, that was not smart on their part, like to go there and go do and to go do what he did.
No, hell no.
And the last thing, and also too, like it's 2026. And the cameras are everywhere. You can't pull that same Suge Knight stuff.
Yeah,
you can't pull that off. You can't muscle your way out of a contract just because your guy offered you something, and you're gonna be like, oh, this is my way out.
Yeah, and also you gotta think then too, cameras and your cell phone. Look at this right here. You know what I'm saying? This is basically who don't have one. It's your tracking device. Basically, and people forget how these things work. Especially with 5G technology, and one thing that people, and this is just kind of speaking on my field, how I know how 5G works, it can only be so many feet apart. Like they have to put, and for it to work and stay smooth, and it's been kind of like approved by the government where they can put as many as they can, they have to be pretty close. So as you travel, for your cell phone to keep signal, you're bouncing from tower to tower to tower to tower. They're gonna... They when the feds step in, they can easily request those records of your cell phone and boom. No matter, and I've seen it where some people smash the joint saying, all right, cool, I smashed it. It don't matter. Your cell phone is still tracked back to a number, back to your cell phone company to the point where even if you don't have a, you know what I'm saying, there ain't no such thing as a burner phone anymore. You know what I'm saying? Only way you, even if you dispose of that joint, if they got you on records, from what I've heard, they had the phones tapped, but it's pointless. I will say this. Shiesty and the guys, to the best of my knowledge, allegedly did not speak over the phone about this, which that's probably another W in their favor, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like vanilla ice, bro.
But also too with the whole, why did you tell him to record it at that? Why did you tell your crew to record what was going on? And that's another issue that they can use against them.
Yeah,
Because honestly,
if they find the recording, yeah.
because like they can ask always ask that guy Big 30, let's see your phone records, you know? Because they say you recorded it.
Yeah, now that's the gray area. They'll have to probably get into the phone and be smart, throw that bitch in the lake. But I mean, to be honest, because one thing I say, they could probably get the cell phone records as far as phone calls and or like video calls and or but if it didn't go up to that cloud, because the thing is, that's another thing too. If they got the iCloud shit, they can go into that too. So I mean, they could possibly get it if it's saved somewhere like digital, like off of that phone, because a lot of your, if you think about it, your phone backs up like, and I'm not saying these guys, I mean, to mine is set like that to default, you know what I mean? Once you put your phone on a charger, it automatically does a backup save, because, and it's a gift and a curse. Like for me, who doesn't do anything, I feel like illegal, when it's time to replace my phone, it goes off the latest backup and boom, boom, boom. You should be back in business within a matter of 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how big your file is. So I would hope that these guys didn't I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. This is somebody who kind of work in the field. Can we say that these guys, I hope they're smart enough to know not to do that, or not to have that type of setup or enabled. But again, I mean, they thought about it, but at the same time, they didn't really give it all the way the thoughts I feel like they should. Maybe I'm reaching.
And this goes to all the future artists out there too. Before you sign a contract, read the contract. Read the contract and ask yourself: Is this what you want to sign up for?
Let me expand.
Take the contract home and read it, guys.
Facts. But let me clarify this, right? I get what you guys are saying, but what's the point of reading it if you know you're not going to understand or comprehend it anyway? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't.
That's why you have an
attorney's not free, and that's why a lot of people end up in this. They just, hey, I finally made it. I'm gonna sign a deal. I trust these guys. But to be honest, I get what everybody says that read your contract, but they're not. They don't write the verbiage, right? As a person who I've worked with, attorneys and stuff like that, they had me sign stuff, and I'm like, dog, what the fuck? I did go back and have them explain it, and I did my Googles and research, but not everybody's gonna really do that. You know what I'm saying? And even still, some of the shit I still don't understand, because they don't just put it, it's in black and white, and they'll use words that like you probably never even fucking heard of, and you're like, what the, so this mean this and the third, when they're saying like, yeah, you owed us 5 albums, right? A lot of people say like, I signed you 5 albums, but they'd also have that gray area where it's like, okay, cool, but you can't drop it out. If you drop anything more than like over than, or anything less than, like say like me, I'm like, well, why don't these guys just going to just drop 5 BS bullshit albums for a year and call it a day? Well, the contract may say, well, hey, it's not considered an album unless they're like 9 months apart. So it's like that little gray and fine print, and they don't put it out there. They know where they can find it. They know where it says. But to be, as the artist who's never done this before, coming up off the street, who's put their all in to be recognized, and you know what I'm saying? And I get what you got. I get it. You still should do it, but it's also a lot easier said than done. And usually, from what I got from it, the record labels have attorneys on site, but who do you think they're working in favor of? The artists or the people who's already paying them from the record label? You know?
The business managers is who they would rather deal with. That they're on their side.
Exactly.
I get what, but I do think, if he does get out of it, he has to tread softly.
I hope so.
Because there are things like you can live your life through your music and all that stuff, but at the same time, I just think that he had no guidance. In my opinion, if he had like the proper guidance,
he didn't have no mentors.
So let's touch on that a little bit. Guidance, right? Because keep in mind, who's also attached to this is Pooh Shiesty's daddy, right? Okay. Who's known as what? He's known as because he's had the Mob Boss, right? That's his name, Mob Boss, right? Allegedly, right? This is my thing too. I get it. Maybe his dad came up that way, but now your son is talking like that. To be honest, dog, this is where you're supposed to step up and be like, hey man, I get it. because the thing is this, right? He might as well have took the legal route and fought it the hard way and just spend the money up. Because to be honest, you're doing it this way and you got to spend a whole bunch of money regardless. You know what I'm saying? And you're still on the contract. So now his numbers, and to be honest, dog, I don't know if you guys have looked at like any of Pooh Shiesty's like music lately on YouTube, but everything has went over like whatever the numbers was, they've touched over 1 million more. Like videos like first day out got another 1 million views. Like if you go like just this is the best way. Just search any of his songs and then do like the latest comments. I swear to God, they're like they're eating. And let me clarify this. Yes, Gucci is eating, but Pooh Shiesty still gets a percentage of those sales as well too. So I mean, to be honest, it didn't do anything but work in his favor. Part of me feel like, damn, was this like a host or something? But I mean, to be honest, I don't think they would take it this far.
A marketing scheme.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, if this is a marketing scheme, it's something that's got out of control where they have to stick to it now, in my opinion. So I hope it's not, you know. But I mean, because I'm like, dog, because like we said, I really don't think I would hope nobody would be this special to hold somebody like Gucci Mane. Because the thing is, even if they would have, handled business, it's like, now you know you're not getting away with that one. So that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And then, Gucci, his reputation is at stake. Notice he hasn't said anything. And think about this. This happened back in January, and we heard it being floating around. But, I kind of even said, man, I don't think this shit's true. I didn't even believe it because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think Gucci Mane was like about that life or anything. But I just was like, yo, I don't think he is, you know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody would be that bold, But, apparently maybe so. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's up with the younger generation, but Pooh Shiesty them could be like worth the risk at all, But that's a big risk to take for me, right? And that's just, I don't know. It's kind of weird and up in the air. I do want to cover the last statement that his attorney put out here that he did do right here. So I'm sharing my screen on this one, so you guys should be able to see this real quick. Let me read this. It says, Pooh Shiesty's lawyer disputes Gucci Mane's robbery claims. It says things are very often not what they seem. Attorney John Hims thinks the feds have it all wrong. I mean, of course, he's supposed to say that for his attorney. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for the person he's representing. Again, it's not what you know. It's not what you heard. It's what you can prove. So I'm assuming the first thing his attorneys is about to do is try to like pinpoint and break this down of what the technicalities is of what can stick and what cannot stick, right? But it says Pooh Shiesty's lawyers push back on the claims that the rappers led a kidnapping and robbery in Gucci Mane, saying the case is much more complex, which it possibly can be, because it all depends on what's on those videotapes too, what they have. If they don't have all that, then I don't see how they can even have that. A lot of it's going to get thrown out. If a lot of it's hearsay, it's got to get thrown out. Even if you got people that's willing to testify, but the people that's willing to testify against you, you know what I'm saying, that may or may not stick. Now, at the same time, you could say, well, we can take Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion situation, right? He had people, she came up and testified this, that, and third, but somebody actually was shot in that situation. So that was kind of different. You know what I'm saying? This one, maybe because nobody was not shot, it could be looked at slightly different. But it says, according to the Dallas Morning News, Shiesty defense attorney John Hims, who had reportedly joined the case less than a day earlier, challenged the government's framing and described Shiesty's born Latrell Williams Jr. as a talented artist who has a lot of success in entertaining. It says the government tries to characterize this as a dispute over money between Latrell Williams and the record label, which apparently that's what I thought it was about. I don't think it necessarily was a money thing. I think it was more so he just don't want to be on the, I think a lot of these artists don't realize what they signed, and everybody keeps arguing attorney, and then ultimately he blows up, and you realize like, damn, I'm not getting what I'm thinking I should be getting anymore. You know what I'm saying? He comes out, think about this.
That's what I was saying, Polo. Like, he rushed to sign. Somebody should have told him, like, yo, sign for an album. And remember, this is entertainment, because he's taking it away to the streets.
Yeah, true. And my thing is, this is like, yo, he signed because like, okay, cool. He trusts Gucci because, Gucci's known for being a part of the streets. And then, to be honest, when you think about it like that, it's like, yo, he he probably didn't know what he was getting himself into until and a lot of artists don't know what they're getting themselves into contractually until they're already in it. So my thing is this. Go ahead, Devon.
No, I was gonna say like I was gonna say Polo. I think Pooh Shiesty's issue is it's like I said, he probably could get out, but the problem is it's the state that he did it in, which is very strict, which is very strict, and they'll throw the book at you no matter what you did, especially in Texas. And no, that's the part I worry for him. If it was like a Los Angeles or New York, probably not.
Yeah, well, Texas is strict, but I will say one of the things that Texas do have a light hand on is their gun laws. I hate to say it, they're one of the most one of the most well known states for loose like gun laws. I mean, a lot of places like Texas is kind of one of those like everybody got a gun. It's not a big deal. However, he is also a felon. He's not supposed to be around guns, so that's not like a contradicting situation. So his attorney's gonna really probably have to work around the clock to basically deliver the best defense he can for his client. Again,
Exactly. Exactly. That's all I was saying, and
yeah,
that's all I'm saying. I'm like he could get out, but the problem is it's the state where he did it at. It's the state where he did it at, where they're known to throw the book at you, even if you are innocent.
yeah, yeah. We've seen that. So I mean, he's in for a big fight, but at the same time, I think it's gonna boil down to the technicalities of what did or did not happen. Basically, what they can and cannot prove. You know what I mean? Again, keep in mind, right? The stuff they presented so far, we have not seen any guns. We've seen him and some ski masks and some duffel bags, but have they found the guns? To the best of my knowledge, no. Right? Have they found the jury? To the best of my knowledge,
No.
no.
But also too, the other thing that the feds are counting on that even to do with the electronics and the fact that the Greyhound tickets, like the back and forth,
Yeah.
and that's what they found fishy. That's what's gonna stick.
Yeah, the attorney is gonna have to do some huge explaining of why the hell they were there. And to be honest, I think he's not going to court. Let's just keep it 100. This is not going to trial probably at best. If he's lucky, it go to trial at the end of the year. But you know how these things tend to get pushed back and pushed back. This probably won't see if he plans on taking it to trial. At best, maybe next year, but not going to trial no time soon, right? Because they got to do a lot of discovery. You know what I'm saying? And that's where things could work in his favor. They're probably gonna get some deals. I will say this: if he can get his attorney to work a deal for like, 5 years, take it. You know what I'm saying? Same with like Tory. He had a deal on the table and didn't take it. But I get it. Tory felt he was innocent. But if you feel like you're innocent, you gotta take a stand. But taking a stand is like, let me put it this way. I've taken it before, and it's not like it's not one of those like, did you do it, yes or no type of shit. They paint a story and trick you. You know what I'm saying? They play games. It's a mind game.
But at the same time, but at the same time, Tory did not stand up and speak for himself. That was his ultimate downfall. The fact that he didn't speak on it when he should have.
Yeah.
That was Tory's mistake. I think if Tory had to do it all over again, he would have testified.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think he was just looking at his reputation, and to be honest, like I said, the attorneys wasn't gonna be just cut and dry like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I get it. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. But most of the times the attorneys tell you they wouldn't recommend it, this and the third too. But you still have that right. He just didn't exercise that right, if that makes sense.
And I will say this too, and I'll say this too, like it's for any young artist out there or any athlete. Like once you get signed to something, once you get signed to like a label or even to a football team or whatever, like you get a better opportunity, let that street stuff go. Let it go. You have to leave some people behind. It's the sad reality, but you have to.
Facts.
It's the reality. It's like you have to better yourself. You can't bring everybody with you. You can't save everyone, and that's the reason why too. Because when you bring the street cats with you, like they're gonna fall, and so will you. And you see the fact that he brought 8 other people, and they're gonna and now they're gonna bring you down, and the fact that you don't know if they're gonna say that you mastermind the plan, and that's gonna be the
Yeah.
issue too. And those 8 other people say something.
Yeah, he's got to hope that none of those guys say anything at all. All I'm gonna, if they all remain silent, that'll work in his favor. But that think about it. That's a big if. You know what I'm saying? That's a big.
They might
risk.
talk, and I'm gonna say, Paul, they might talk because honestly, some of these guys they have families and all that stuff. And I'm like, they're not gonna sit there and be like, oh, no, I'm gonna go to jail for you. No, no, they have families at home. They're gonna be like, nope,
Exactly.
I have to get myself out of this.
Exactly. And they separate these guys and they're going to be questioned separately. They don't put you all in the room and where y'all can look at each other and play around. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to be separated. Now we know Mr. Shiesty's not going to say anything, but will the rest of the crew say something? You know what I'm saying? Because he's the one who's looking at the most, I hate to say it, he's the one who's probably, he's the head honcho, you know what I'm saying? No pun intended, but this is the guy where he really can't afford to say anything. Now he's got to trust that the crew that he's brought along doesn't say anything, if anything even happened, you know what I'm saying? But clearly there's a huge speculation or suspicion that something did happen, right? Again, we wasn't there, you know what I mean? But I mean, we'll see. And then another thing people have been saying, will Gucci Mane, when the time comes, when the court comes, will he take the stand? Will he be looked at any different? Will his thug image, his bad boy image be at stake here? You know what I mean? Will he care? Because keep in mind, like, Gucci Mane has got, young kids now. Obviously, he's had a kid before, but now he's married, different lifestyle than he's came out. Is he still considered the Gucci Mane we once known whenever he first, came out, where obviously he just was young and reckless and still learning? Kind of like how, kind of describing Mr. Shiesty, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
I get it. No. I totally agree. Agree, but you just wish that it does not have to go down. It does not have to go down this way. I'm like, if you want to get out of contract, you have to negotiate. I got out of it, not muscle your way out of contract. Like, this is 2026.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're using social media the wrong. You're using social media the wrong way too. I'm like, the fact that you record that, you told them to record that, and also too, it's like I told you before, Polo. I'm like, there are 9 people. You mean to tell me not one person did not say, "Oh man, I don't know about this, and this might not be a good idea."
Yeah. I'm pretty sure somebody on the team said, "Hey, are you sure you want to do this?" And they're probably like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think they had that in the bag, but I think he was hoping hey, man, this sign is we good, this and the third, but I'm assuming Gucci Mane was like, you ain't signing this without a lawyer, this and the third. If you want to leave, you want to leave. I don't know what was said, right? But clearly Mr. Shiesty or whoever was involved, they didn't seem it was working good. So, I mean,
and it's sad too. And that's why he made a mistake bringing that crew with him, because the fact that you touched the cameraman and an off-duty cop, that's a recipe for a disaster. That's why the intention, if you're going to do something, you have to tell your crew, do not touch them, do not mess with them.
Yeah, I think they end up robbing them, but from what I got from it, even still, I think the cameraman, he wasn't. That's where Big 30 comes in, where the cameraman was in there, and the other guy that was with Gucci was in there, but the actual security guard, I think he was actually, they didn't come in until after everything had already allegedly went down, from what I got from it.
I get, we get it, but it's like, still you have to tell them, do not touch them, do not touch them, leave it alone, do not steal anything.
Yeah, well, that part, yeah, that part. I'll say this. I'm not saying they did it, but obviously there's some missing items, right?
And the thing is too, right? And the thing is too, but Polo, even though, and the sad thing is that they're going to look at his past history. They're going to say, "Oh yeah, you did this to a sneaker reseller." They're going to look at, you did this to a sneaker reseller. I'm like, they're going to say, that's why we have reason to believe that you did do this.
Yeah, his attorney's probably going to fight not to have that used against him, but even if he says they can't use it against him, it's still kind of one of those, it's so much public knowledge. It's still, technically they're not supposed to. Say his attorney gets that part where no, we're going to not use his history. I mean, you can't help what you not know. You know what I'm saying? I've had that too, where they told me like we're not gonna use your past against you, but I still feel like they use it against you. You know what I'm saying? Because they was like, well, we know about X, Y, Z, but this is different. Even though it's been a couple years, they, like I said, they may not, but that don't mean they won't use it and you won't know it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. I'll say this: he's up for one hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? I'll say this, right? And
And also, and also too, right? Like you said, like I said, the thing with the sneaker reseller and the incident at the club too.
oh yeah, that was wild. He, you know what I'm saying? He, you know what I'm saying? He was got a little reckless with what happened at the club. Which my thing is like that could have been prevented too, because when he was at the club performing, he had all that money in his pocket and it fell out, and I think it upset him, and then he did what he did, and then you know what I'm saying. But I'm like, dog, you could have kept that in like a safe somewhere. You didn't have to pull up with all that. You were just flossing for no fucking reason, and it went when flossing goes wrong, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, dog. You know what I'm saying? You had those tight ass fucking, no disrespect, but homie had, I don't know, you remember the video. He had those tight ass fucking jeans on with all that money on, which is cool, you good, but it's like, dog, the money already looked like it was about to fucking fall out anyway. And when it did, what do you think people were gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So he's
You gotta
pissed.
go back and get it back in blood.
I mean, yeah, no pun intended, dog. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is gonna be an interesting story, man.
And also too, it's possibility that they can use the lyrics against him. That's gonna be possible because of the fact that now the court probably goes to the FDO and they're gonna say, "Oh, you did carry this out because like you said it and you enacted it and you acted upon it."
Yeah, that one I feel like the attorney's gonna push to not get that used because mainly the song was made before. This is where I noticed, like, and again, it's a gray area because with Thug and them, the songs were made before and all that stuff happened, but it was around the same time frame. But usually, if the song is made before, the attorney can fight to not have that used against him. However, if he would have made the song after all this went down, because King Banana, this happened in January. If we would have dropped the song like after the day it happened or 2 days later, it was gonna they got no choice. But I think one of the great like he made this song, he's gonna say like he wrote this song in prison, this, that, and the third, and finally dropped it when he got out, this, that, and the third. So that one's gonna be a tough one to make stick. Not saying it won't, but that's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a very tough one.
And also too with the whole snitching thing, I'm like, at some point Gucci is in his 40s. I'm like, why are you talking about street code? It's like the street code, and the funny thing is too, the YNs don't even honor street code anyway. So what are we talking about?
Yeah, that's been out the window for. I mean, like I feel like my generation was the last of a dying breed that honored like the street code. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's kind of one of those like every like when you go down now, and it's kind of been like that forever. Honestly, it's kind of like every man for themselves type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all about my shits before. Every situation all the people that was involved is like when you the only person that's on the books and everybody else is not being found, they don't want you to say shit and you kind of on your own. It's every man for themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's another gray area to think about. You know what I mean?
And but like in all honesty, I do hope this young man actually
wakes up,
gets better.
Yeah.
He bounced back from this. Then and next time it's all about learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Obviously, I'm gonna say this right, and we're gonna end on this note, and we're gonna wrap things up here. But I'm gonna say this: I hope that I hope he doesn't get the book thrown at him. I hope obviously, I mean, I think we can all be in agreement here. He ain't coming home quickly. I'm gonna put it like that, right? But if he gets, I guess you can say what, a third chance, because this is number 3 technically, right? If he gets his third chance with all the money, I would hope he realize, like you said, man, I get it. He want to move differently. Honestly, man, you better off, because you can buy yourself out the contract, even though it's going to be expensive, or you can do what kind of like, even Taylor Swift, she was in, and I hate to bring, she's still in music, right? What she did, she found a loophole, and I know he probably don't want to do this, but if the artist re-record the music all over again with a different date, then you can, do it up under that. Like, you won't get your masters or nothing, but you can re-record it and tell all your fans, like, all right, stream this one. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more work and probably annoying and frustrating, but I mean, that's one of the ways you can do it too,
I would say this too. I also say this: if he gets another shot, he gotta leave those. He gotta leave the streets and those people behind him. You have to turn a new leaf. You're gonna disappoint a lot of people, but it's for the betterment of yourself, because you have to look out, because you are a brand now. You are a role model. You're in a different territory. You're not the same average guy.
Yeah, I get it, but that's easier said than done. The saying is simple. Some people you can take out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them.
Yeah, what's sad too, Polo, and then also too, you see these pictures of Twitter floating around of him at 11 years old with an ankle monitor at 11.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's like,
and I've been listening to, and this is probably me right here, but ever since this went down, I've been guilty to adding to the numbers of Pooh Shiesty's music. One of the songs, I forgot which one it was, he actually rapped about it. Like, I had an ankle monitor on it. I've been locked down since 11. I'm like, damn. And then I seen the image floating around. I'm like, I guess he, so more and more I read about, listen to this, I'm like, some people really are making, like, I don't think he's just rhyming just to rhyme anymore. I think he's literally rapping about, hey, this really happened type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And they do say some of the best music is based off your life. So I mean, again,
trauma. Call it trauma.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to condone it or anything. I'm just saying, like, if you go down the rabbit hole like me, I listened to him while I was in the gym, but I was like, damn. I'm like, he's been saying this for quite some time. It's kind of one of those, we probably let it go in one ear and out the other, because yeah, it sounded good, but it's like, if that was the case, you'd be locked up. And it's like, well, he kind of is. So I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Is that gray area, right? But yeah, man, I think this is a good one. We're gonna find a stopping point right here. Wrap things up for the night. We've been on the joint for like an hour and 17 minutes. Appreciate you guys for coming through and helping with the stream as always, man. I have a feeling we will be revisiting this topic with updates for sure. Do you guys got anything like last minutes for the stream before we get ready to wrap things up for the night?
I will say one thing. I will say, like, just mature and grow up. Like, eventually, when opportunities like this don't come like this, you can't keep fumbling.
Right. Yeah. Facts. You don't want to fumble your bag, your hard work, and you know what I'm saying. To be honest, you gotta think. You know what I'm saying. Honestly, I get presented with so many opportunities where people try me all the time, and I instantly, like, before I even like black out or like, like crash out, so to speak, I think on the long term and the risk at the table, I'm like, man, it ain't worth it, dog. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? I walk away from a lot of stuff where I should have handled it right then and there, but I'm like, I did kind of handle it. I didn't entertain it. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Manny, you got anything for us?
Nah, just don't take life as a game. He could have done this a different direction, would have not even got into time, and be Gucci right now. So always think about what you're gonna do.
Facts. All right, Jim, I'm gonna close out the stream, and then yeah, man, we'll be back live again on Wednesday with another like sold out podcast, sold out live. So I'm gonna put myself back on the main screen, but I'm gonna close out the actual sold out Discord. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Let me put myself back on the main screen real quick. Let me close this joint. Boom. We're gonna disconnect and end. Boom. So you guys know, if you do want to join the stream, let me put myself back on the main screen. Give me like 2 seconds. Boom, we should be back on the mainstream. But if you guys do want to join like the streams whenever we do this and we have guests up on here, man, you got to be in a sold out Discord. As you can see, it runs pretty smoothly for the most part, man. But we've been on a joint for like an hour and 19 minutes. Feel like I want to say thank you to Divine and salutes to Manny with the Kicks for coming to help the kid with the stream. It makes it much more smoother. I'm definitely going to try to do more and more of these, as you guys can see. But other than that, tonight's topic, we did an update on Diddy. Looks like he's had another attorney to his appeal case and looked like he's trying to come home early. And we just kind of went down the rabbit hole of our thoughts and opinions on the Pooh Shiesty situation. I don't think he's going to get the book thrown at him, but at the same time, I feel like he's in for a very expensive fight, and I'll leave it right there for tonight. Other than that, man, smash the like button, sub to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, you know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional trying halls, y'all know we have Music Monday, which is today. I'll be back live again on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, smash the like button, sub up, sign up for the Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it's free to sign up. Or, of course, you know we can get a sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section. I'll see you guys again on Wednesday, and I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. No. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let a night know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's in purple now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let a night know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. I don't know if I can remember. I don't know if I can remember. now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights, my heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember.